Hello, sir. This is my oral presentation, and this is my response to the question of should Australia's citizen be banned from returning to Australia? Um, More than 9,000 Australians in India who are registered as wanting to return home are in limbo, with a flight ban in place until 15th of May. In addition to the ban, this issue also applies to all people who has any plan to go outside of Australia anytime soon. And Australia has for the first time said those flying home could face up to 5 years in jails and fines if they breach the ban. Um, and if this certainly has been approved, it'll be quite a scary thing to see as to how those Australians will either be in jail for 5 years or has the option to stay as to where they are now and wait till things will calm down, which things would anytime soon. But but you can't really dismiss the fact that the government are also doing this for the sake of all people here in Australia to be safe. While I believe the, while I believe that they are doing this for the precaution and safety, they are still citizens of Australia and has the right to come in and not be going in jail for that. If not, then why can they let celebrities and famous people in the sports industry in on Australia but can't even do that with normal citizens of people? Um, is it because they don't have any merit when they let them in and can only cause trouble such as spreading the virus? Or do they simply just want the money, hence why they let just people with more fame can go into Australia? Not to mention, the government then didn't tell these people that they will not be able to go back from Australia if you go out of the country. If they really care about their own citizens, they could have at least put them into a hotel quarantine for a good month or so. And rather than letting these people be banned out of the country, where they could put their lives much more in danger. In any case, we all agreed that it's not right to ban any Australian from coming back to Australia. To begin with, why did the government didn't tell these people that they could not go back from Australia if you go out of the country in the first place? If the people knew about this, they could have put their selves on much more danger if the government have put a warning to begin with. Or there could have been much more different um or there could have been much more different reasons as they might have fled outside the country. They might have have been working in different countries supporting their own families, hence why it makes no sense as to why the government is threatening these people to be banned from Australia and to be imprisoned for 5 years at that when they clearly don't deserve it, especially when these people are working to support their families in the first place. And not to mention, experts are saying there are approximately over 100 million Australians living and working outside of the country. Hence why they clearly don't have any rights to ban these people from coming back to Australia. And added to that, why is Australia letting all these celebrities and famous sports people from entering Australia even when they are not a citizen or even if they are, why do they let them in when they could have done this similarly to the citizens who are trapped from other countries in the first place? Why are they prioritizing these people when they could have done this fairly to mainly everyone? Is it because of fame? Is it because of money? Whatever the case is, this should not be allowed. Since the government needs to treat these people fairly. If not, they should considerably prioritize their own citizens since they are mainly risking their lives outside of the country, especially when they are doing this work for for their own family. When it boils down to this is plainly a case of money in my opinion. If not, then why are they prioritizing the celebrities from letting them come home when they could clearly do the same for majority of the people who wants to come back? Since they are a case that majority of the celebrities have managed to come back home, even when we are in the middle of a pandemic back in 2020. So why are they not threatening them to be put in jail or to be banned from the country as an easy answer? Because all they care about is the money. But more than that, if they really care about all the citizens of their own country, they could have put them into a hotel quarantine or so. I believe this method would have been much more safer for these peoples rather than letting them be on a country with more potential danger and could risk their lives. And for the worst case, these people could die since they might not be able to, since they might not be any hospital that they could tend to go into. Take this case on India for example. People are dying because they don't have enough breathing ventilations and the materials to keep those people from dying. Not to mention, almost all of those hospitals are full of sick peoples. Meanwhile, in Australia, there could have at least some people that could help out our own citizens from going to a worst case of scenario by letting these people quarantine. They could ask for help since there are a lot of people that could help them, especially since the government have added more than 2,000 new ventilators for Australian ICUs. So why is there any hesitation to not let these people come back when Australia have almost all of the needs of people that want in the first place? In a nutshell, the message is that the government should be really considerate to all its citizens, because if they really care about their own people, then they should at least find a way to let them in on Australia without regardless of the situation that is happening outside and face the consequences, because in the end, it's still the government's responsibility of what the outcome will be. Thank you, sir.